Final score today, 75-64. Virginia Tech advances to the Sweet 16 of the WNIT. Virginia Tech picks up win number 19 on the season, which is the first time since 2005-2006. The Hokies have had that many wins in a season, and Navy certainly did not let you guys have it easy by any stretch. This game got tense and difficult down the stretch. What did you talk with your team about to make sure things smoothed over after getting a lead and then seeing it narrow?
Well, first and foremost, before the game even started, we told them that Navy, they're going to be scrappy. They're never going to give up. These are young women who are representing our country, who are protecting our country, and who are training to protect our country. Yep. So they're not going to be intimidated or scared by, a little deficit during a basketball game. Yep. So they're going to continue to fight and continue to play hard, and we knew that. And it's a little bit. It was a hard guard because they're so scrappy. They play an unorthodox style where they really try to lure you into the paint by being persistent with their drives. They're not overly quick, they're just persistent. And then when you kind of get sucked into the paint, they kick it out, and they're a very good three-point shooting team. I think that kept them in the game as well, as it helped us shooting a three. But, it's at this point in the year, you look all across the country and you see so many upsets. It's all about matchups. It's all about, who's mentally ready to come out and play. And anytime you can, survive and advance and march on, it's a plus and it's a blessing. And so we're going to be going on to the Sweet 16 of the WNIT, and we're very excited about that.
All right, so you mentioned the offense for Virginia Tech, which was on point to start this game. I think the Hokies were 5 of 6 or something like that from three-point range in the first 5 or 7 minutes of the game. You talk about matchups. What led to that? Size advantage was obviously helpful for Virginia Tech. What did you see as the thing that lifted the offense?
Well, we did shoot the ball extremely well, particularly in the first half, but we just didn't have our inside game going. Credit them. They did a really good job on Reagan. I thought they really crowded her space. I even asked her, I said, what are they doing to you? And she said, I feel like they're playing, at my knees. And so she really couldn't get any leverage. And so I think she got sped up a little bit as a result. She had a couple turnovers. I thought she had a couple bad calls that went against her as well. That could have really gotten her going. But you credit Navy. They had a tremendous win on the other day on Thursday, Friday, whatever day it was, against GW, a team that felt like they should have been in the NCAA tournament as an at-large. So we knew they were going to come in, they were going to do some things to us, and credit them. They took us out of rhythm a lot. We were fortunate enough that we made some shots early and were able to build a lead.
And if there's something that's going to bug you, I would expect moving forward, the turnovers, 22 of them, but that's partly Virginia Tech, but that's also partly credit to Navy, because like you were saying, every time Virginia Tech tried to lob it down low to McGarity, there was somebody in the way to poke it away.
And I'll take credit for some of it. This time of the year, you're really trying to do different things, things that are going to propel you for next year. And we've thrown in some wrinkles that we're trying to get to, and the kids really aren't. They aren't comfortable with it yet, and so therefore they're trying to force it because they know what we're looking for, and they're trying to force a situation, and therefore it's creating turnovers. And the last 2 games we've had uncharacteristically a high number of turnovers against teams that aren't even pressing us. And but a lot of that has to do with being off for a while. A lot of it has to do with us trying some new things and trying to put a really strong emphasis on getting the ball in certain areas. But we'll continue to play, and as long as they're playing hard right now and we're getting better, and it's going to help us for next year, we'll continue to do it.
And not going to be there next year, but the seniors, I thought, showed up gritty in this game. Specifically, I can think to Sydney Cook's 3-ball late that helped build the lead back. Sammy Hill was aggressive driving. You could tell down the stretch that those girls wanted another game in their career.
They did. It was tremendous feeling too, but we were able to get them out, and so that Castle and Hokie Nation could celebrate them and give them one last ovation. They got a bigger ovation coming out than I did when I came out in my maroon. Hokie Nation, good. Yeah, they like me in my maroon. So, but it was a great way to celebrate them. They did. They played hard. They all stepped up. And Nessa hit some shots early. Sid's shot late. Sammy's played well the last 2 games. So I'm very proud of them and what their contributions have been the last couple games.
I can't imagine the answer is yes, but any familiarity with Penn State, Virginia Tech's next opponent?
Well, I don't. I have not had can't remember the last time I played against a Penn State basketball team. I don't think I've ever played on the women's side On the men's side, I did, not on the women's side. But as soon as we mentioned it to them, immediately their thoughts went to it, because I think they played them in the Big Ten Challenge,
Yep,
ACC Big Ten
2015,
Challenge.
beat them up at Penn State.
Yeah, so they immediately referenced it, but I haven't. I do know some of their players. We recruited some of their players when I was at James Madison, so there's a familiarity with some of their players, just not their style. So we have an extra day. I think we play on Thursday.
Yep.
Thursday we're going to be able to travel on Wednesday, so that'll give us a couple of days to check them out, see what we have, and it'd be a great opportunity for us to advance, and you can get to the Elite Eight of the WNIT. It's a tremendous accomplishment, but one game at a time. I know Coquise Washington does a great job with their program. They're very talented. We have a common opponent this year with Tennessee, and we both beat them.
Yep.
So it's going to be a tough battle, and anytime you're going to go there, and the further along you advance in the WNIT, the stronger the crowds get. We know we're going to face a hostile environment. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, and this is what's going to help you build the foundation of your program.
Well, for now, Coach, congratulations on the win over Navy.
Thank you very much, Andrew.